Okay, so according to the my friends on the internet, I need to get this door hung before I go and finish welding up the cab. So I figured I could just hang it like it is, which is, you know, broken window, frozen regulators, or I could maybe take the window out, take the regulator out, clean up the hinge pockets before I go and put it together. So I'm opting. I brought it in the garage. I'm going to at least maybe take the regulator out, get that broken window out of there, because it's going to have to be done later on down the road. And I definitely want to clean up these hinge pockets so I'm not fighting with the rusted threads and stuff. As far as patching the rust, you know, I'll get to it. Down here it's not bad. I mean, you know, I've seen worse. But before I go and do that, I want to make sure this door swings properly on the cab. So I'm starting to strip down the door. I'm going probably further than I need to, but I think I'm going to take the window and the regulator out at least. So I started loosening all the screws, and I'm down to 1, 2, 3 Phillips screws that won't come out. And I broke loose all the other ones. It came out pretty easy. And then I came back to this bolt. And if you guys remember this bolt from when I was taking the door off the hinges, listen to this. That's what I'm putting up with, trying to get this simple bolt out. If you remember, it was just like that when I was taking it out, but the hinge, that's the end of the hinge, and it's slotted, so I just was able to slide it off after I loosened it up. So I guess there's probably about another 1/4 inch of thread in there. It's a pretty long bolt for some reason, but I got to get it out, so I'm just going to keep at it. But I'm going to shut the camera off so you don't have to hear it. I do, but you don't. So I couldn't get that screw out. I stripped out the inside, but I threw this bolt over the top of it. I'm just going to see if I can get enough weld on it to grab it and get it with a wrench. Well, that's a whole lot of weld in there. I don't know if there's any penetration on the bolt itself. I hope so, but let's see what happens. Nope. Maybe. I think I'm getting it. Yeah, I got it. I don't excuse the adjustable wrench, not using a socket, but get what you get. Don't get upset. Throw a little more, think it's hot? Hope there's no rubber parts in there. They're cooked now. Oh, look what happened. That's bad. That's real bad. That's the head of the bolt right there. The screw is right there, so it snapped right off. So when the regulator comes out, I either got to drill it out or figure out a way to get the stud out. But I think at least I'll be able to get the piece out. I hope. Oh boy. I don't know what to do there. We'll see. We'll get back to that. So before I get into, I started to try to get this apart and I can't do it. this window won't roll down. I think you got to roll the window down to get it disconnected from the regulator. I don't want to get too far into the door. I just want to see if the door hangs properly. So I dug out the hinges. I never marked which was left, which was right. They might be the exact same, just flipped over. I don't know, but I'm sure I could figure it out. Looking at the way the pattern of the bolt patterns match up with the door. But then I'm looking at, which one was it? One of these hinges. Yeah, see that there? See that play? That hinge is shot, or the pin is shot. This one's not that much better. So these hinges need to get rebuilt before they get installed. Before they get rebuilt, they probably need to be cleaned. So, not that this is a setback, it's just that, you got to go do certain things before you go and do other things. So before I finish welding the A-pillar, I got to test the door. Before I test the door, I got to get the hinges situated. So, it's simple stuff, but, so now I'm going to start focusing on these hinges and getting them ready to go. So first thing I want to do is identify the left set and the right set. And that, like I said, it shouldn't be that hard, but let's start there. So what I'm seeing in the hinge pocket, the lower hinge pocket, the middle bolt is on the high side. So I guess that's the same for both of them. So only one of these could be left and one of these could be right. So if this were on the left side, it'd be like that. Nope. It'd be like that. And you see the middle bolt is on the bottom. So that must be the hinge for the right side. Well, this is the hinge for the left side. Pretty simple. No. Wait a minute. I already got it backwards. No, there's open. There's closed. Middle thing is on top. So this is the passenger hinge. Piece of cake. Now, do the same thing on the top. Identify it the same way. Come over to the top. Middle bolt's on the top. Grab the right hinge and let's just put the camera down for a second. That's closed, that's open, that's the bolt on top. That's the other one, bolt on, oh, wait a minute. Yeah. So this would go, well, I got this upside down. Or are these two guys the exact same thing? Huh. That's not possible. What am I missing here? Okay, hang on a sec. So this is me cleaning up those hinges with the wire wheel. I had to give up on the door and trying to get the regulator out, but I did end up getting that stuck bolt out, the one for the mounting the door, and then I chased all the threads and got the bolts for the mounting of the door ready to go. So I do mount the door in the future. So these really need to be taken apart to be cleaned and painted properly. But for what I need to do, just not to knock off a lot of the loose dirt. Now I want to try to mount them up on the door frame or on the A-pillar and see if I can hang the door and make it look like it's supposed to be there. And let me try that next. So there's the hinges installed. Now, they each have 3 bolts to put them in. The bottom one, it's got a bolt that comes in from the front side, from the firewall side, and 2 from the hinge side. And this one's got 3 from the hinge side. There's one deep in the pocket there. And once you put them in, there's not much adjustment once the 3 bolts are in, but they're all slotted So in theory, they should twist. But right now they're just in place wherever they kind of landed. And I want to try to slide the door on and see how it lines up, I guess, you know, with the seam and how it seats. Now I'm sure once it's in and it doesn't line up, there's probably plenty of adjustment in there. So I'm wondering why I'm even bothering doing this, because I don't see me moving the A-pillar. If something's off, I'm not going to take this piece out, unweld this, you know, grind the welds off and take it off and put it back on again. So I think I'm wasting my time doing this, but Joe Sousa told me to try it this way, and you know, it's nothing but time, and I'll try it. Why not? What do I got to lose? Wow, what a pain in the neck to get that door mounted. I mounted it and I forgot to take a video and show you. But what happened was, to mount it, I had to put the hinge onto the door on the top and then slide it over the hinge on the bottom and then bolt it in place. And when that was all said and done, the gap here was huge because it's leaning down. But what it showed me was I have room to push the door up, and there's nothing I'm going to do to that A-pillar welding wise. There's no point in trying to take that off and put it in a different place, because it's as good as it gets, and any adjustments could be made in the hinges. So what I'm going to do is get this door out of the way, take the hinges off, finish welding, finish this patch, and then maybe go for the step next. And if I finish the step, that might lead me to the cap corner. And then when that's all said and done, then I'll move over to the right side, or the left side, the driver's side, and clean up that mess. So I think that's enough of this video for now. I'll show you the welding and the grinding after I finish it. Thanks for watching.